Guys, so I just wanted to do a quick video to show you what I've been working on over the last couple of days. I've been working on updating my doll binder, and I was hoping to be completely updated and finished with it, but as I went through it, I realized there were some dolls that I had not printed pictures for yet, or I hadn't made birth certificates for yet. So I will have to add those in ASAP. But for now, this is what I've got. And I just have like I said, I just have a couple of ones that I have to print off to get put in here as well. But I just thought I would show you where I'm at so far, because it was one of my goals this year was to get this completely updated. So I'm almost there, but this is the front page. It just had like a little pocket, so I just slipped this paper in. So it says Krystle's Doll and Build-A-Bear Collection. So inside the front pocket has some certificates that go with things like, this is for this little pig ornament that my mom gave me. And then this is for the beautiful cat plate that Paula got me. So so that's that one. And then what I've done is I also have to buy dividers for this, because I've got it divided into sections. So the first section is my Reborn dolls, and then I kind of like go into different other, like I have sections for other types of dolls. So I'll show you when I get to those sections, but I'm gonna add dividers to help find them more easily. But for now, I don't have any dividers. So I basically started off with Reborns, and I put them in order of when I got them. So right now, Chloe is first, because it used to be Avery, but of course I adopted Avery out last year. So basically what I have done is I've put their name, and I put their value, whether it's in US dollars or Canadian, depending on what I had paid. So I'm basically just putting what I paid. And then I put the kit name, the sculpt, and who it's by, and then who the Reborn artist is, and then their birthday. And so this is Chloe's, so of course I reborned her. And so then I've got her little birth certificate that I made up and her picture. And then I put a couple of extra pictures over here, and I explain that she's the first Reborn I made. I do have to go back in. I think I want to add a little blurb here, just to remind me how I made her with the help of my friend Amy. You know, how we spent the day together, and, you know, because it would be a nice memory to put along with the doll. And also maybe like how I came up with the name. I'd like to add that. Then we have Grace, who is the Ariana kit, and she's also Reborn by me. So now this was her old pictures with her old hair. I have just left those in because not only is this to have on reference, so like if something happens to me, then people know which doll is which and what the values are if they decide that they want to sell them. Although I also am making plans to add to this binder my wishes of what I wish to have done with my collection if something happens to me. And I do not want them sold. I want them given to certain people. So my goal is to just make a list of all the people that are to be offered to select a doll from my collection, and in the order that they should be approached. And then if after all of those people have claimed dolls and there's still dolls left over, at least there's the value written here, so that if they do need to be, if some do need to be sold, then you kind of know like around what price you should be asking. So that's what it is. And it's just kind of like a catalog of my collection for myself. Just in case I ever, also if I ever wanted to insure it, then I get an idea of how much my collection is worth. So that's why I have the values written in there. But also it's for me to kind of like keep track of my collection. And so I do want to have a little bit of a backstory of all of the dolls written, like how I came to get them and things like that. So I haven't written anything for Grace yet, but I do need to do that. But so that's why I kept her original pictures with her original, you know, white wavy hair. And then she's got her birth certificate and her certificate of authenticity, a couple extra pictures. Then I added this page that explains that in the fall of 2015, I had her hair rerouted with human hair and that I gave her some new glass eyes. So this was her first picture when I first got her back before I kind of styled her hair. This is how her hair looked when I first got her back. And then I did a close-up to show her beautiful new eyes. Then the next one is Jeremy. And so again, there's the pictures, and I wrote a little bit of a story about how I got him at the doll show. And then, you know, carry on the story here. Put his birth certificate and Sarah's business card. Then we go to Maya, and I have written about her in there as well. One thing I do need to add, like I said, I have to add a little blurb about Chloe and Grace. Well, this one I talked about how I came up with his name, but I also need to add how I came up with their names, because I like to have that part in there. So then I've got, these are pictures. These are all the pictures that I saw on Christmas morning, because she was supposed to arrive in time for me to open her Christmas, but we had delays, so Kate sent me her pictures on Christmas morning so I could at least see her. And then she arrived 2 days after Christmas. So then I got her kit's certificate of authenticity, and then behind that are the care instructions that Kate sent with her. And then this is the birth certificate that Kate made for her. Next we have Yuki, and Yuki's is probably the longest section of my binder, just because I have pictures from when I first got her, as well as pictures after her makeover. So I tell the whole story of how I got her, and also, like, if you've been following me for a long time, you would know that when she was with Emily, her name was Ava May, and then I got her and I wanted to name her Yuki, but I couldn't. And so then I named her Suki, but then when she had her makeover, I just decided to go with Yuki because that was the name I always wanted for her. It's a long story. If you want to know all of the individual stories and details about all my dolls, if you want to know what their sculpts are, who reborn them, where I got them from, how I came up with their names, all of their details on their sculpt and painting and all of that stuff, their weight, their size, everything you ever want to know about any of my dolls, please refer to the Meet the Babies playlist. I link to it in the description of every single one of my videos, and it has all of my baby stories, except I still have to add Landon and Maisie's story, as well as Claire, Miracle Lynn. Like there's some new dolls that I got within the last year that I still have to do their stories for, but that's where you can find all that info. So I gave the whole story here. This was when I first got her. This is her certificate of authenticity for her kit. This is her original birth certificate that she came with when I got her from Emily, as well as the care instructions. Then I went on to explain how she had this makeover, and these are some pictures Susan took of her after her makeover. And then when she had her makeover, she came back to me with a whole new birth certificate, new passport. There's a little note behind the passport from Susan. And I believe I also kept her original passport somewhere in here. I'm not sure where I put it. I have her original passport. I don't know where it is. It might be somewhere in here. I think it's somewhere in here. Yeah, there it is. That was her original passport. But she got a brand new one when she was renamed and all that stuff. And then I put some extra pictures because they're so cute. Then I have my Reborn monkey, Rosie. And it's just a short little page about her, just seeing where I adopted her from. She's got her little rose bracelet that she went around with. Then comes Savannah's page. So there she is there. And again, and then this is her certificate of authenticity. And then I put her picture here, and I'm going to put her birth certificate down here. I have to make one because she didn't come with one. Then we have Zoe, and I explain the story, and I have a picture of us the day that I received her. And then these are pictures that Kate took in the hotel right before she brought her down to me. And that's why, like, these were the first pictures she took of her, so she didn't get a chance to make her a birth certificate. So I have to make her a birth certificate. But there's me and Kate and Zoe at the doll show, and then me and Bonnie Brown and Zoe. So I thought that would be cool to include the artists in there. And then I have this with her certificate of authenticity, and then I'm also going to put her birth certificate in the same pocket because her certificate of authenticity doesn't have a photo on it or anything, so I might turn it sideways and put it here and then put like her birth certificate this way. So I have to make that. And then we have Haley, and I have her little story here, and I have her little hospital bracelet that she came home with. And her birth certificate takes up a whole page. And then I put her photos and then her certificate of authenticity. Then we have Landon, and I have his story, and I just had to include this picture of how he came to me wrapped in a blanket with his name embroidered on it because I loved that. And then some pictures from Susan and his birth certificate, and one of the ribbons that came with, like, I think it was one of the outfits she had wrapped up, and she put her logo of Dizon Designs on there. And I think this was like the very first picture that I got to see of Landon before she sent him off to me. And then these are the rest of his papers. So I believe these are care instructions, and then a diaper card with a little note from Susan, certificate of authenticity, and his passport. And then comes Maisie. So there she is the day that she arrived here. And then this was her first night, her first pajamas of the night. And I put her birth certificate. I actually have to, I can't remember what time I opened her, so I don't know if I'll be able to fill that out, but I have to measure her and weigh her to put that in there. And then behind that is her certificate of authenticity from Mandy. But then she also has in here her kit certificate. And then behind this is another envelope with some photos that she came with. And I was going to actually put those photos in the scrapbook instead of these, but I kind of just wanted to keep them in the envelope that they came in. I'm kind of like nostalgic like that, but so there's that. And then I even included the beautiful letter that Yvonne sent with Maisie. So I thought that was really sweet. So I put that there. Then I made up a page for Veda. I wrote out her story and everything. Oh, why didn't I put her birthday? I have to find out her birthday. I can't remember. I'll have to look back on my videos when I got her. But I have to print her pictures. For some reason, I forgot to print her pictures for this project. So I have to print out her pictures. And then I'm going to use one of the Reality Works birth certificates that I have. And that takes up a full page. So that'll just go, it'll slip in here. And then we have Claire, which of course she has a very long story because she's Cynthia's baby. And I wanted to tell the whole story. So that's her picture there. And then I'm going to print out a neonate birth certificate, because thankfully we scanned the neonate birth certificates to post in our group. So I'm going to print off a blank one and put that in here. Then this is like the miscellaneous doll section, which I'm thinking I might move to the back, but or actually I think this is like the Ashton Drake section. So this is my Ashton Drake porcelain doll that my mom gave me in 1995. So I have her there with her hang tag, and then at the back is her certificate. And then I have the Care Bear, this little mini Care Bear Ashton Drake Cheer Bear baby. So there's her hang tag, her certificate. That was from Alex in 2010. And then I didn't put any in the back pocket because then I'm starting another section, which this section is one-of-a-kind dolls. So this is my BB babies. So that I have Nina, and there she is with her certificate. And then I have Lauren with her certificate. And then I have Lily, and I have Ellen. Then I have these empty pages because I still have to print off the pictures. These are of my miniature one-of-a-kind resin babies. One of them is named Violet, and I don't know that I've actually named the other one yet, so I have to name the other one. But these are their certificates, so they have a spot where I can insert their pages. Then I go into my American Girl dolls. So I have Julie, Kit, and then I did not print Cece, Grace, or Leah. So Grace will go on this side, Leah will go on this side. Then I have Willa, who is a Welly Wisher doll, but Welly Wishers are made by American Girls, so I decided to include her in this section. But again, like with the American Girls, I've gone in order of when I've got them. Then we have Anne. Then we have the Friends to be Made dolls. So first is Veda. And then, of course, Miracle from Cynthia's collection. Then I have my Build-A-Bears. So I've got my monkey Brittany, this birth certificate, Princess Monkey. There's her birth certificate. We've got Charlie and his birth certificate. And then I have my Rudolph birth certificate right there. And there he is there. Yeah, and I don't know. I don't think I printed certificates for my Grinch and his dog, because I don't have one and I don't see one on my shelf. So maybe I just decided, I don't know, why wouldn't I have printed a birth certificate? I always do. I guess I forgot about it. Yeah, I just realized that I did not do birth certificates for them. I guess I just thought because they were going to be part of Christmas decorations, but I made one for Rudolph. Oh well, that's weird. Okay, well, anyways. And then at the back, I just have, do you guys remember Wild for Reborn's fan club? I have the letter that I got in the card. And then I decided to keep this one baby in my book at the back. Even though I no longer own Haley Elizabeth Real Care 2 Plus, I wanted to save this page because this is where my collecting dolls as an adult started. And I really went into detail with the story there. So I just thought I would keep it for memories at the back. And I even have her Reality Works birth certificate. And then I have 2 Dizon Design Certificate of Authenticities. I think these are for the cozy wraps that I have by her, or maybe they're for the doll bags I have. Actually, I think they might be for the doll bags, but I thought I would keep those there at the back. So that is what I have been working on, and like I said, I still have some things that I have to add to it, but I'm almost there. So I wrote out a little note. I have to print pictures of Veda, my 2 minis, which one of them I still have to name, CC Grace and Leah. Got to print those pictures, send those through to Walmart, and then I have to do birth certificates for Savannah, Zoe, Veda, and Claire. So once I get those done, I can put them in my binder and it'll be all up to date. So anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.